Talk about you and me. Hey, whoa, Jupes. Well, first of all, what are you doing here? And like, what's with all my stuff? Why is it all boxed up and everything?
Because I found a new studio for us.
A new studio?
Yeah, a new studio. So I'm getting all your stuff together so we can go take it to the new studio.
Yeah, but we got a game to review like right now. You know?
Yeah, we can review it at the new studio. I found a new studio for us, and I think you'll like it. And I had to use my ninja skill and cunning to get it. So, don't ask too many questions. The old owner isn't there anymore, so it's now ours.
Okay, guys, so I guess a new studio. Hey! Whoa, you're getting a lot better at that teleport stuff, Jupes.
Yeah, I didn't even need my gloves this time, and I managed to teleport some stuff back with me, too. So that's pretty cool.
Cool.
So, what do you think?
Hey. Yeah, this place works. And you're saying that the owners won't be here anytime soon, huh?
No, the owners are not coming back. I made sure of that. And if anyone associated with them do come back, we'll have to have a little discussion with them. Don't ask any questions.
Okay, so yeah, let's get to it. Hey, this is Mark Rodriguez.
And this is Jupi-chan, also known as Ninja Jupi, or just call me Wendy. Hey guys.
Yep, and you're watching the Video Game Masters, and today we're talking about Double Dragon Advanced.
Let's check it out. Double Dragon Advance was produced by Atlas and originally released on the Game Boy Advance in 2003. It has currently been re-released in 2023 for the PS4, the Switch, and the PC.
Like the original arcade, the Shadow Warriors kidnap Marion as a way for their boss Willie to steal the secrets of the Lee brothers' fighting style so Setsu can. Yes, they still haven't fixed the garage door. This time around, you fight through 8 stages based on Double Dragon 1 and 2, as well as all new stages and new enemies.
Billy and Jimmy bring a lot of different techniques this time around, with a combination from all of their previous games. Other than punching and kicking, you can do things like the hair pull knee bash, the cyclone spin kick, the spinning elbow of doom, and stomping the enemies when they're down, which is so gratifying. You can also find all sorts of weapons like knives, bats, whips, and some of the coolest ones, the Kali sticks and the nunchucks, which give you these cool attack combos. Oh, so cool.
And another cool thing about this game is also remixes based on previous themes of Double Dragon 1 and 2, like this classic theme right here.
Wait, where did that come from? Who got in here? Who's here? Who got to the studio?
It's just something that Johnny and I do sometimes to kind of show off some of the video game music and everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hey, can I try?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Okay, so I kind of like this theme right here.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one too.
Yeah, it has that nice beat to it. I like things with a beat. Anything you dance to.
Yeah, there's no Double Dragon 2. It's kind of have that Michael Jackson Thriller beat to it in the beginning, right?
Yeah, a bit.
Yeah, but you can't forget this one. The Unknown Warrior theme from Double Dragon 2. The final boss theme. Oh, yeah. It just sounds epic. It gets you all pumped up like you're on a treadmill. And you're like, I gotta go that extra mile, man. I gotta go that extra mile,
Hey, you know what? I think I want to join me as part of this series. If there's music involved.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. All right, 15 more minutes.
Go, Senpai!
Yeah.
The first 2 missions are the city slums and the factory. They're pretty much like the first Double Dragon arcade game, so there's really not much different here to discuss. The boss for mission 1 is Abobo, and the boss for mission 2 is Burnoff.
Mission 3 takes you to Chinatown, where you face several Team Taimeis. You know, the guys with the Kali sticks from Double Dragon 2. The bosses for this stage are the two tigers.
Mission 4 is the truck ride, where you fight atop a speeding truck with lots of enemies trying to knock you off, especially these super annoying Steve Secret Agent guys. Keep in mind that falling off the truck, as well as falling into pits, is a one-hit kill.
Curse those pits!
Yes, I know, Jupes. The boss is Kikucho and his pupils, who are all armed with deadly swords that deal heavy damage.
Mission 5 takes you back to the original arcade with the forest. Ugh. You have to deal with not falling over the gaps in the broken bridge. Ugh, Lord, I hate that. After dealing with several Abobos and Brunos, the boss is Mibobo, which is a green Abobo. Now, you know what, I wonder if the Mi in Mibobo means Midori. Midori means green. So, you know what, I guess it would make sense for him to be called Mibobo. And he's in the forest.
Mission 6 is the cave, slightly based on the cave level in the NES version of Double Dragon. It's full of annoying pits and gaps.
And this is where I say, screw you guys, I'm going home because this is where I got stuck.
Yes, Jupes. After fighting off a seemingly never-ending amount of different colored Abobos, the boss is a black and white Abobo. What did he feed these guys?
Mission 7 is the fortress, which has several pits which are full of spikes to avoid. Why, Double Dragon? Why? Pretty much the second half of Double Dragon, you just can't walk to the bottom of the screen without falling into a pit. The boss here is Raymond and his pupils. You must take them down first before Raymond appears. And yes, he is based on the Unknown Warrior from the NES version of Double Dragon 2, complete with his epic theme.
Oh, hell yeah. Mission 8 is Willy's hideout full of pits and traps. After fighting against pretty much every enemy type in the game, you face Willy. He's armed with a machine gun and isn't afraid to shoot his own men just to get to you. Beat him to beat the game. Just like the original, if you end this with a 2-player game, the brothers will fight it out for Marion, and Marion will take whoever wins, even if it's Jimmy.
You know, there's a name for women like her.
And we're not gonna say that here.
Well, fine. Well, at least she got punched in the uterus, deservedly so. You get several game modes here. You can fight it out in either 1-player mode or 2-player mode. 2-player mode can make things more difficult since you have to deal with friendly fire and the fact that both players will be sharing the same 5 continues. You also get a 1-player Double Dragon mode where you control both of the brothers. You press a button to switch between Billy and Jimmy and have to carefully coordinate yourself through the game to avoid leaving the brother you're not playing as defenseless to attacks. Finally, you get a survival mode where you see how many of the Shadow Warriors you can take down with a single life. And in my opinion, that's the only part of this game that makes sense.
Hey, not bad. It's all coming along here with the wall scrolls. You just gotta put the disc plate right here, and it kind of looks like our studio in the old place.
Yeah, see, I told you like this new studio, right? And you know, the best part about this is that, you know, the old occupants, you know, they haven't, you know, had any complaints when they voluntarily vacated the premises when they knew that I wanted it.
Okay. So anyways, on the Double Dragon Advance, and I gotta say, first of all, this is one of those like very hard to find games for the Game Boy Advance, so it probably costs a lot. So it's pretty awesome that they brought it back for the PS4. I'm not really sure about the Xbox, but for the PS4, it's on here and it's pretty good. And yeah, so the game is a big bunch of references with Double Dragon 1 and 2 and just a bunch of new stuff and new enemies and things. So it's a lot of fun. If you're a fan of the classic games, you got all the moves combined from the several Double Dragon games and stuff, like the the headbutts, the cyclone spin kick, the jumping on the enemies while they're down, stuff like that. And yeah, good graphics and everything. I'm surprised how good the graphics look like, because keep in mind this was supposed to be for the Game Boy Advance and a much smaller screen, and the graphics are that cool. Even though obviously they're still going to be a bit pixelated, they don't look that bad though. They don't look that bad on the bigger screen. It looks almost like a Super Nintendo game, like the quality, so that's pretty awesome too. And there's cutscenes and stuff like that. Now for the difficulty, I'll let Jupes kind of get into that.
Who designed this game?
I don't know. I know Arc System Works got the rights to re-release it, probably Technos or something, but...
Can we find out who that person is so I can go and pay them a little visit? I have a kunai that wants to meet with them. But everything that Mark said, you know, it was on point. Yeah, it was like there was no Double Dragon. I give him credit for that. My problem, main problem, the controls. Oh my gosh, they're awful. Seriously, it's you have all those buttons on a PlayStation controller. Seriously, utilize them. I mean, I'm sorry. It's just so awkward. I can't explain it. Like, okay, so PlayStation has the square, the circle, the triangle, the X. I mean, yeah, there you go. Here you are. How would you like if you had to play a game and all you can do is just use X and square? Seriously. Oh, you know, you can't use the face buttons here to do a jump. No, you have to use this to jump. Seriously. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. I did not mean to drop that. I'm so sorry, Senpai. Anyway, seriously, that was my biggest complaint about this game with the controls. I hate the fact that no matter which difficulty setting you pick, they still keep the nonsense in, like in the arcade where you can't be near your partner, and I'm pretty sure, we got some footage of that, right? Of me me screwing you over, or you screwing me over. Mostly me screwing him over. And might accidentally hit Mark's character as opposed to, hitting the enemy or maybe holding the enemy. I hated the fact that, like I said, my main problem is definitely the controls. I hated the one-hit kill to be fall into a hole. I mean, take a little bit of health, but don't take all of your health. I hate the shared credits thing with the continue. That is so unfair. I mean, seriously, I know it's supposed to be giving you the arcade experience, and I kind of understand that, because back then, when you went to the arcade, the main point of the arcade was what? For you to take out like 4 or 5 mortgages and use up all your quarters to keep the person playing, enticing the person to keep playing, so that, they'll get farther and further in the game. But it's just so annoying on a home port. I think it just should be optional. But everything else was like, really, I mean, it had that authentic feel. So yeah, it was Double Dragon. Oh, that too, yeah. I thought you went, yeah, that's right. And that was another thing. There was no slowdown. Even the original arcade game had some slowdown. So yeah, they did a good job of porting this game as far as that was concerned. But all the other annoyances you have with the original Double Dragon, they're there.
Yeah. Yeah, the holes, one-hit deaths. The friendly fire is very annoying, because the thing is, you can't help each other out. You can't gang up on the bosses, because you basically, you take out your buddy instead. So that's kind of so it's like a 2-player game, but you also have to tell your buddy, okay, hang back, I got this, or you go here, you go there, because you can't double team the bad guys, because you're gonna take out your own partner. And the other thing, that was another thing. Oh, that shared credit system. You share the continues. Yeah. You can go up to 5 continues, but you share them. So that's like me and Jupe going to the arcade, and we only got 5 quarters, and we got shared in quarters between each other. So that's also
which means that someone is always going to be left over because you only have the 5 quarters. And well, you can continue to play. I'll just hang back and watch you lose. Finish the game if possible. Yeah, and even going back to fighting against the same enemy and stuff, let's say you get a whole group of enemies on screen and then they all enter a lab and you're trying to get them, you still accidentally hit your partner.
Or fall off the holes, or
fall off,
stuff like that.
And that was something too, the scrolling, that was a problem. Because sometimes you might be in a spot where you're trying to you're on a platform or you're trying to fight someone, or you have your partner, they're slightly above, so the screen is slightly above to catch their camera angle, but you can't see too much towards the lower part of the screen, so there could be something there that you're not seeing and you won't see because of how the camera's set up. I mean, I can't fully explain it.
Yeah.
That's the best way I could explain that.
And then the other thing too is that there's times where the screen won't scroll far enough to the right, so you are taking some blind leaps of faith there because you don't know if there's another pit at the other end or a platform
or an enemy
or
just an
on.
enemy. And the thing is, you can't really toggle it because of how the controls are.
Yeah.
I mean, you can either use a joystick or you can use the the pad, the D-pad, but it's just hard to maneuver, in my opinion.
Yeah, but yeah, so pretty much the game in itself, I mean, it's Double Dragon. Double Dragon has been known for being tough as nails. I mean, old Nintendo games were like no continuous and stuff like that.
I know, and like I said, when I think of Game Genie, this is the first game I used to think of as a kid whenever I heard about anything dealing with Game Genie or a Game Genie commercial. Oh, Double Dragon. They're talking about Double Dragon. That's for Double Dragon. Because it was like known for being notoriously difficult.
Yeah. But overall, it's a fun game. It's just very tough, and unfortunately, with second players, it might get even tougher. So you have a lot to consider with that, which is kind of interesting. Most of the time, with second player, when it's a two-player game, it's easier because the buddy got your back. But here, we got to play a couple.
Beating your back.
Yeah, here we got to play a couple more times to get used to it and everything. But other than that, still an awesome game. Once again, it's a game that could have been lost to time. It could have been very hard to find and very expensive if you find it. So it is pretty cool that Arc System Works actually brought it back for us to play on the PS4 and other modern day consoles. So yeah, that wraps it up for this episode of Video Game Masters. This is Mark Rodriguez.
And this is Jupi-chan.
Thanks for watching.
See you next time. But I don't know if they're going to be around next time. But seriously, they need to rework this game with those controls.
Hey, Jupes, I gotta say, pretty cool place. Really loving it here. You did a very good job. All I gotta figure out is where to put some of my stuff here, you know?
Yeah. Oh, by the way, did you tell the others back at the old studio that you're moving to this new studio?
I think so.
Hello? Mark? Johnny? Poke? Drew? Hello? Well, guess it's finally mine.